I'm just gonna speed up again. This is like speeding up, this is slowing down. It's either one or two. And we are going back to London. We've been at the Bexhill on the sea side. Or Bexhill on the sea, or sea, yeah. So we are just gonna take
back to London. There is nothing more for us to do here.
No, there's nothing more for us to do here. That is absolutely perfectly true.
Jap has decided to reveal details to the press. The Alphabet murder is now famous.
It is not a bad idea. The more people who know, the greater our chances of finding out something of interest.
Poirot, I have a bad feeling.
I have a bad feeling. No.
Poor Mr. Poirot, not so good at these little criminal matters as you thought yourself, are you? Rather past your prime, perhaps. Let us see if you can do any better this time. This time, it's an easy one. Churston on the 30th. Do try and do something about it. It's a bit dull having it all my own way, you know. Good hunting. Ever yours, ABC.
So
Good
we're gonna
hunting.
do another ladder comparison.
Did you hear that, Poirot? The murderer seems to be taking it all as a game, a challenge. He will strike on 30th in Churston. We must warn Scotland Yard. No time to lose. We must prepare our suitcases for Churston.
Mon Dieu, it is already 10 o'clock. I will call Scotland Yard immediately.
So, we are going to the Scotland Yard now. We are just gonna call them. We're gonna call... I didn't want to hit the fan.
So
I was actually supposed to hit the phone. There we go.
hello, Jap. We received a new letter from ABC in the 10 o'clock post.
Where and when?
In Churston. Today.
Today? I'll inform the population immediately.
I'll check the train times. Call me back.
So, we are going to Churston. But first of all, let's have a look here. Now we can look on this book here as well.
Hastings' photo album. He is very proud of his bag.
Yeah, he's very proud of his bag. And we can look at the ABC guide again.
Bexhill-on-Sea, Sussex. Population 24,703.
Okay, so like 31,000 and something in Andover and a bit less in Bexhill.
Hastings, what you are doing is an absolute disaster. That is no way to pack suitcases.
Heavens, we must hurry. We have to get to Churston before the murder.
You're right, Hastings. It is an emergency.
At last, Poirot, you're being reasonable.
At last I'm being reasonable.
Poirot, you were right. I've just consulted the ABC guide. There's no hurry. The next train doesn't leave till 11:45.
11:45.
You see, there is no need to hurry. We will not be in Churston until tomorrow morning. After the murder.
But why has the murderer warned us so late? It's not what he usually does. Did he do it on purpose?
Very good question, Hastings. We should also compare the letter we have just received with the other two. Although I have very little doubt about what we will find.
There's not a whole lot to find, indeed it isn't. You can see Hastings is actually standing there with both the suitcases waiting for Poirot to finish the letter comparison.
It is not a good time.
Oh, wait, yeah, right. I have to pick up the letter, of course.
In his haste, Hastings told...
Oh, now
I
we can
lock
look
my
at the
revolver in
gun
this
as well.
drawer.
Or the revolver.
I've not used it in a very long time.
Okay, gonna use the right stick for this.
Right, let us compare this new letter with the second one. Let us examine this more closely.
Yeah.
Certain characters in the two letters may have similar defects.
There's only one I in this one.
Yes,
which
this I is weird.
been spelled like this, yeah. And we had the W. Where is the W? There's actually also this A.
Yes, the A appears to be quite unusual. Let us examine the character.
No, there's nothing about the C. It looks a bit weird, but there we got the W as well.
The W is not printed properly. The W is not printed properly. The W is not printed properly.
It isn't. So now we got the I, and we got the W, and we got the A.
Right. Let us compare.
So let's compare with the I's here.
Yes, this I is weird. However, yes, this I is weird. Yes, this... Of course, the W characters in the two letters do indeed have the same defects. I have to find some other similar defects to confirm my theory.
And we got the A.
Yes, the...
And the warrior.
Yes.
Are there any other big A's? No, I don't think there are. I cannot
Right.
see any
Let us come.
Okay, so let's have a look at the A here.
That's right. The A characters in the two letters do indeed have the same defects. I have to find some other...
There are three I's here.
Yes, this I is weird. Yes, this... Yes, this... Right. Let us...
So, and we only got this one I.
Yes, the I can... My theory
So
was
it's
right.
standard, the three,
These two letters were
typical,
written with the same
characters
typewriter.
On each letter.
Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Why does the murder warn us so late? It was sent on the right date, but with the wrong address, yes.
The letter should have arrived in time. The postmark shows that it was sent 3 days ago. However, our man made a mistake in the address, which explains the delay. All the same, the post office took their time correcting the error.
Come on, Poirot. Your address is not quite as well known as that of Scotland Yard.
Exactly.
Poirot,
It's
the
not Scotland
telephone.
Yard.
It must be Jap.
I have some news from Churchton. Bad news, I'm afraid. Sir Carmichael Clark was murdered while out on his evening walk.
Sir Carmichael Clark. The name is familiar to me.
He was a famous throat specialist, one of the best in London. A wealthy man.
Throat
He retired to
specialist.
Combside, a beautiful house by the sea. He collected antiques.
Are you going there?
Yes, let's meet on the train.
I was collecting antiques. Really nice. There we got the dead body.
The victim is called Sir Carmichael Clark, one of the best throat specialists in London. The body was still warm when we found it. If we'd been warned earlier, we definitely could have saved him.
It appears that the murderer made a mistake when he wrote his letter.
A mistake? Lucky for him.
And what if he did it on purpose?
No. He's defined his madcap rules and he's sticking to them. It's a matter of pride for him. Shall we go up to the house, Poirot?
You go,
That's
my
what you
friends.
think, Jack.
I will come soon.
Oh, Chief Inspector Japp, yeah. That is some guy.
Jab has emptied the victim's pockets.
Oh yeah, we got some keys there.
It is pointless. An oriental dragon. It's an old piece, much older than the pocket watch on which it was fastened.
And there's no one missing.
Nothing appears to be missing from this wallet. A signet ring, very probably with the Clark family's coat of arms.
And this is actually the place in the game where you're gonna have the hardest puzzles indeed. Indeed it is.
This place is very calming.
Let's see, where is the food? Wait, there we go.
The site is exceptional. It is easy to imagine that Sir Carmichael used to enjoy stopping here every evening.
And the murderer must have known that. Let's have a look over here. Let's examine
The
this.
body is just in front of a bush. One of the only bushes in the surrounding area. The vegetation behind the bush has been trampled.
So let's answer some questions. Oh yeah, right, we almost forgot to look at the body itself. I looked at everything else except from the body.
Sir Carmichael's throat was cut. It's a clean incision, a professional murder. The gravel on the path has been sprayed with blood that covers a conical-shaped area, which starts at the body and becomes wider as it moves further from the bush. An ABC guide. The murderer's customary signature, covered in blood this time.
That's the most
Apart from the wound to
signature
the throat, the body is untouched. No cuts, no bruises. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
thing. There we go. Now we can solve some questions.
Sir Carmichael had his back to the bush when the killer cut the throat from behind. A fatal blow that sprayed blood over a range of more than 1 meter. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
The little grey cells. And there Jack comes to visit us.
Have you finished, Poirot?
Chief Inspector, many questions remain unanswered, but I am certain of one thing. The killer has prepared his crime very carefully.
Quite right. He must have known Sir Carmichael's movements well to plan such an attack.
The murderer struck with terrible savagery.
Yeah.
Yes, blood flowed.
It's
the first time he's
with that
attacked a man. He armed himself accordingly.
And it's so terrible.
Have you spoken to the victim's family, Chief Inspector?
I've spoken to the brother, Franklin Clark. I didn't get much out of him. He's yours. I must get the body removed.
Now, there's gonna be a lot of things going on here. We are gonna go through so much of kind of puzzles here. So I am just...
To be honest, this inspector seems rather
I think I
obtuse.
might have to do like
I'm counting on your friend Poirot to catch my brother's murderer.
like a double
Ah,
whistle.
here he is now.
I mean, like, I had to, just on the first
Please,
visit,
Mr.
I had to
Poirot.
do a double stream.
Mr. Poirot, this is my brother's secretary, Miss Thora Gray.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. Poirot. Would you like some tea?
No, thank you, mademoiselle. I find it hard to digest.
Let's have a look.
There is something elegant about her. She has good taste, except perhaps in her choice of jewelry.
Please excuse me, I have to take care of Lady Clark.
It is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to question him. It is not the right time.
My brother's wife is gravely ill. You will probably want to question her, but I fear that it won't be possible today.
I insist, Mr. Clark. Please allow me to remind you that this is a murder inquiry.
Unfortunately, she is much too ill. She doesn't even know her husband is dead. I'm very sorry, but I'm afraid it's out of the question.
Of course, I understand. Someone set a trap for your brother. Who was familiar with his habits?
Everybody knew he took his evening walk at 8:30, and that he always followed the same path.
Was it a dark night?
It was a new moon. I took a lantern.
So it was you who found the body.
Yes, along with the gardener.
Have you seen any strangers around the house recently?
No. As far as I know, nobody has been near the house.
Miss Clark.
Oh, Lady Clark must have fallen from her chair. I have to help Miss Grey get her up.
Hastings, while our host is gone, let's examine the drawing room.
But, Poirot, a gentleman shouldn't...
I take full responsibility. All you have to do is to leave the drawing room door ajar and let me know if anyone is coming.
So let's have a look at the table.
A turtle. It is an emperor. His place at the center of the table is probably symbolic.
Mm-hmm.
A crane?
Crane.
A tiger?
Tiger. And what do we have here?
A dragon.
Another dragon.
Dragon, dragon, dragon. Sir Carmichael showed himself to be very consistent in his collection's theme. Comside's private collection, purchases since 1920. The catalogue for Sir Carmichael Clark's collection.
So just to remember this, we had a turtle there, and in the opposite direction we have
crane?
this crane. There we go, I think.
The cardinal points. This book could maybe help me. Each cardinal point is associated with one animal and one
We
color.
have 4 colors.
In the middle sits the imperial dragon, and out of respect, all the others are turned towards him. Turtle, the dragon, the crane, and the tiger. I think I've already seen this motif somewhere.
Well, let's have a look. Okay, we got that one. I think that should be it, and then we just need to place these. I know I'm close to getting it like what it's supposed to be, but still, I just can't remember this exactly 100%. So instead of spending time going back and forth on this, I'm just gonna find the strategy guide for this picture. A, B, C, murderers, and let's see, Shurston, Dragon, inspect the launch. Let's see if I can just find the picture for this one instead of having to go back and forth between there. Oh yeah, wait, I did not see that, but there is actually, oh yeah, right, my apologies, I forgot you could do that.
Position of each motif resembles that of those on the table.
And they're all facing towards him.
The position of each motif.
Okay, let's see what I'm missing. This one is correctly, and this one's just going slightly above, like that. And you seem to be correct. Just missed you just a tiny bit.
I think I heard a bang. Could it be this couple?
There we go. There we got it perfectly.
This is interesting. Ernest Logan, MD, Brighton Cancer Institute, 201 Dusk Road, Brighton, Sussex. To Sir Carmichael Clark, MD, Comsite Churston, Devon. Brighton, 1935, January the 5th. As a man of science, I owe it to you to be completely frank. Lady Clark, your wife is suffering from a generalized terminal cancer. I confess I didn't suspect anything like that during the first exams. But with the test results I have received today, there is unfortunately no place for doubt. I estimate that Lady Clark's life expectancy is no more than 1 year. Hospitalization would not help in her case, so I advise you to keep her at home and provide her with as much morphine as required to ease her last moments. Yours sincerely, Ernest Logan. These daggers are only ceremonial weapons. I do not think that a crime weapon is here.
Here's Miss Grey.
Sorry to keep you waiting. Lady Clark's condition requires regular care. I believe you want to ask me a few questions.
Indeed, mademoiselle. This porcelain is remarkable. Is it old?
It's about 3 centuries old, I believe. Wait, let me find the reference.
She appears to be very flustered.
Just a minute, please, Mr. Poirot.
She's unable to hide her emotion, and her makeup has been disturbed. I think that this young woman has just been kissed.
Here? Teapot with Black Dragon, Gangshi period, end of the 17th century. It is a rare piece with unusual colors.
You have a good knowledge of art history.
Acquired while working with Sir Carmichael. I used to help him manage his collection and choose his new acquisitions.
And sometimes, he used to give you a piece as a gift. Is that right?
Gift? What do you mean?
I am referring to your brooch.
This old brooch?
Mademoiselle, you know perfectly well. I am talking about the magnificent brooch you were wearing earlier.
Yes, you're right. Sir Carmichael did give it to me. He valued my work. How could I refuse? He would have been offended.
Why have you taken it off?
I don't understand, Mr. Poirot.
Have you seen any strangers hanging around in the past few days?
No. Nobody has been near Comside.
What were you doing yesterday evening at the time of the murder?
I was sleeping. I was woken by the telephone at 11. I heard Franklin Clark speaking with the gardener. They left with some lanterns and they found the body.
Am I right thinking that something is going on between you and Franklin?
How dare you ask me such a question?
And you? How do you dare kiss your good friend in the house of a dead man?
Mr. Poirot, you are behaving despicably.
Miss Grey, if I may be so bold, please do not take offense. My friend has rather unusual methods, but all he wants is to find the murderer.
Yes, I understand. I must rest. Please excuse me.
Earlier, you asked me to watch the living room door for you. I don't wish to be indiscreet, but sometimes a gentleman stumbles upon a secret without intending to.
That is sometimes the case.
And I saw Franklin Clark kissing Miss Grey at the foot of the stairs.
Do you think this is a common occurrence?
No, I saw emotion, intensity. I think it was their first kiss.
Well done, mon ami. Well spotted.
Well spotted.
However, I don't think I completely understand this business. Why did Sir Carmichael not defend himself? He appeared to have been active and strong.
The murderer did not give him a chance. Let us try and reconstruct the scene.
So there we go. We are gonna have reconstruction for the first time at least.
Sir Clark is taking his customary walk. Our killer is hiding behind a bush.
I think actually that's the last one, but... Wait.
The old man walks quietly along the gravel path. Then he turns towards the sea to gaze at it. The killer leaves his hiding place on the right-hand side. He approaches silently over the grass. Then he throws himself on his prey and cuts the poor man's throat. He then lays down the ABC before leaving. Everything appears to match the crime scene, Monsieur Hastings. That is exactly what happened.
Oh, just a minute. I'm getting dressed.
Mr. Kirst, have you recently returned from Churston?
Yes. Indeed I have.
Have you seen the papers? And to think that you might have rubbed shoulders with the killer. Imagine that. Mr. Kirst, are you all right? You don't seem well.
My apologies. My throat is burning, and my head feels heavy. It's ever since the war, you know. Since my injury, my head has never been the same.
The missing knife? Something is not right. I can just imagine that something is not right there. Him having a fourth knife, like fifth knife?
Poirot, it's a pleasure to be with you again after all these years. I looked for a gift to thank you, and I found this propelling pencil.
An authentic collector's item. You spoil me, mon ami.
And you more so by sharing investigations.
Do not underestimate the help you are to me, Hastings. Intellect is not everything. There is also goodwill, and you are not short of that. Later, I will ask you to help me tidy up the room and bring some chairs. Our guest will be here soon.
Ah, is Thora Grey coming?
Naturally.
Oh, great.
She is a fascinating young woman, n'est-ce pas?
Oh, come on, Poirot. I'm a married man. And Miss Grey has already been courted by Franklin Clark. Poirot, our guests will be here soon. We must prepare ourselves.
So at that point, Hastings was married?
I should take advantage of the silence to examine them.
So we're gonna observe everybody. And now we can also do something with a pen. So let's have a look at Donald Fraser, shall we?
Donald is always on edge.
Leave me alone.
Huh?
Donald Fraser is very nervous at the moment, even if he is trying hard to control himself.
There we go. And now, what about Miss Grey?
She appears to have taken more care with her appearance than the last time.
I mean, Megan.
Mr. Poirot, I don't...
She's looking at Mr. Fraser out of the corner of her eye. Did she make herself beautiful for him?
Yeah, did she?
Franklin Clark always seems at ease, regardless of where he is. Something that's unique to people who travel. I ought to concentrate on my guests. Sometimes I love a brunette, sometimes I love a blonde. That's what the song says. The song says, sometimes I love a blonde who comes from Eden by way of Sweden. But I am not sure that this blonde is an angel. I wish to thank you all for coming. I wanted to bring everyone close to the victims here in order to unmask the murderer.
Get to the point, Mr. Poirot. What do you want from us?
Megan, dear girl, please be patient.
Mr. Poirot, how dare you address me by my first name?
Please excuse me, mademoiselle. What I ask is that you search your memories. The murderer must have left some trace.
Yes, he must have prepared his crimes very carefully.
Tout à fait. He did not get to Bexhill at midnight in order to strangle a young girl whose name by chance starts with B.
Must we go into that?
No, of course. Not if it makes you uncomfortable.
Come on, Mr. Poirot. I imagine we all feel terribly uncomfortable about these murders.
It's true. We've to catch the killer, not be spared the gory details.
Mr. Fraser, please get a grip on yourself.
Well, I want to help you, but I don't remember anything else. Nothing I haven't already said.
And you, Mademoiselle Barnard? Did your sister say if she was seeing another man?
She never would have told me.
Why would she hide the fact from you?
Betty knew I didn't approve of her behavior. Her flirting was spoiling any chance she might have had.
Tell me, mademoiselle, what did you talk about with your sister?
Yeah.
Silly things. Her new dress. She wanted a pair of black stockings to go with it. Mother bought her a brand new pair. The day it happened, she was crying. And to think that Betty never even wore them. Poor Mummy.
Your sister used to sing, I believe. Did she ever perform in public?
She dreamt about it, but she had a very bad cough. It troubled her greatly. She had to cancel auditions and miss lots of opportunities. A pity.
Yes, she sang well, but that doesn't tell us much about the murderer.
Qui sait? In any case, we now have enough information to draw up a relatively precise psychological profile. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
There we go. Now we're gonna try to make a profile of the murderer. Oh yes. Does the killer like trains? Go. And now, is the killer generous? Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we can now surmise without too much risk of error that our adversary is calculative, sure of himself, a seducer, of outstanding intelligence, that he has plenty of self-control, and that he likes railways. It's a good start. Other meetings may be necessary. I hope that you will be able to come back again.
Well, it's just that...
Well, Mademoiselle Drower, do you wish to help us or not?
Oh, Mr. Poirot, don't be so harsh.
It's normal that people helping with this inquiry should be reimbursed. Starting with you, Miss Drower. Please allow me to pay for your train tickets.
Oh, sir, I cannot accept.
But you must. Mademoiselle, I may not be rich, but my brother left a fortune which will be mine.
Mr. Clark, that's very generous of you.
Well, someone has to foot the bill. Mr. Poirot, would it be possible for you to come back to Devon? Lady Clark has expressed a wish to see you. We'll adjust her medicine so she'll not be too drowsy.
But of course, I shall come the day after tomorrow if it is convenient. Thank you all for coming. We will meet again soon. The meeting was most fruitful.
Really?
Hastings, I believe now we have everything we need to find a common point between the victims. Now it is time for us to use our grey matter.
So what is the common point?
Let us now.
Let's see. What is the first question? What did the victims have in common?
The first two victims suffered from bad throat, and that was precisely the specialty of the third victim, Dr. Clark.
We have a lead.
It would pay to take a closer look at the medical records of Dr. Clark's patients.
We'll do so during our next visit to Churston.
Yeah.
I will do it myself, mon ami. You must remain in London just in case ABC sends us another letter.
Very well, as you wish.
So there
Thank
we
you
go.
for coming,
We
Mr.
are now
Poirot.
back in Churston
Lady
again.
Clark is waiting for you in her bedroom on the first floor. Please excuse me, I cannot stay for the interview. I have to take Miss Grey to the station to see our lawyer in Torquay.
Are you going on holiday, mademoiselle?
Not exactly, Mr. Poirot.
Miss Grey very kindly stayed with me to settle my brother's affairs, but naturally she prefers to find a position in London.
Ah, très bien.
I'll be absent all morning, Mr. Poirot, but the nurse is coming soon. She's to ensure that the dose of medicine doesn't make our patient drowsy.
Thank you, Mr. Clark. Have a nice trip, mademoiselle.
So, I will end this part here, and I will just be starting a new stream in a short time period. I hope you all enjoy this part number 3, and we're going for part number 4. And I'm supposed to be a total of like 5 parts or something when I'm done with this. We will see. We will be doing part 2 of the 2 in the next video, I think. I hope I will get Churston done in the next part here. So we will see. See you very soon.